Hi, Tiger Fox. I'm feeling awful. Not just because of the whole kitty thing, but also because my mom checked me out early today for a personal reason, and she said that when she saw me I was very pale, and I honestly felt like I was gonna pass out. I couldn't focus on my tests. In sixth period, they gave us like 5 minutes or 10 minutes to study, and I studied as hard as I could, but I didn't remember a single thing. Flip-a-Clip is not hard to animate on. No, I'm not okay. I miss Kitty, I miss her. I am not in a good mood. Typical girl on her period. Very tired. And my head, I was literally shaking because I didn't have enough energy. I lost a lot of blood.
I keep thinking about you and I can't get you out of my
I really want to talk to someone. Who are you? And we'll start from scratch again. Gotta go, talk to you soon. Day by day I'm fading away. It's common that if you're depressed or think your losses are hurt. Yeah, I am depressed. It's funny how much I feel like I'm looking in a mirror. I can't remember who I am. Everything's a blur. Take me over. I'll become what you like. This is what you wanted, right? Sacrifice all I know. I will teach myself to let go. Copy that copycat. Copy that copycat. I also have social anxiety, so yeah, that's great. I'm starting to talk like you do. Here we go. I'll be gone soon. Day by day, everything has changed. We've grown apart this time. I can't figure out the reason why. It's funny how much I'd kinda like to see you cry. I can't remember who I am. Everything's a blur. Take me over. I'll become what you like. I am what you wanted, right? Sacrifice all I know. I have taught myself to let go. Copy that copycat. Copy that copycat. Copy that copycat. Copy that copycat. Yeah, I don't like my singing. But you like my singing, then that's great, I guess. Yes. I can't remember who I am. Everything's a blur. Take me over. I'll become what you like. This is what you wanted, right? Sacrifice all I know. I will teach myself to let go. Copy that, copycat. Copy that, copycat. Copy that, copycat. Copy that, copycat. Copycat. Copy that, copycat.
Have you tried crossing over yet? I wanna die, but don't really wanna die. You were there, you were there, making me aware. Every scar, all that one more and more, they're never not enough, not enough. I wanna die, but don't really wanna die. If I died, you would cry, and I don't know why. Every scar.
I keep thinking about you and I can't get you out of my out of my I keep thinking out of my I keep thinking
I don't even know what I'm gonna do in this stream. Just gonna be going. I'm just gonna be reading this thing. Where was I? Okay, where was I? With depression, I just vent. That's what I do. Does it make me feel better? Kinda. Another way I talk to Gwen, but I don't want to bother her. Talking to Gwen really makes me feel a whole lot better, but I don't want to bother her. And I also don't want my parents to get mad at me for calling her every single day. Social anxiety, well, I mean, I don't really see, like, if I were to meet you guys, if I were to meet you, Tiger Fox, in real life, I would probably be comfortable talking to you. Since, well, I don't know, I would just be more comfortable talking to you. And I'd probably be comfortable talking to Blizzard or any other subscriber. Like, it's hard for me to talk to other people that I know. I mean, I do have some senior friends. Like one of them is a guy, and he's very cool, and like freaking love the guy. He's awesome. And he asked me during lunch, "Do you have a boyfriend?" And that's when I kind of froze up, because I'm not sure I wanted to tell him, but I'm like, I trust him. He's a great person. He's a great friend. So I told him, "No, I have a girlfriend." And then he said, "Prove it. Do you know what she looks like? Do you show me a picture of her face?" And I did that. But luckily, he doesn't know her and what her Instagram is. Oh yeah. I mean, usually whenever I get very anxious, I start breathing very heavily, and yeah, if it gets worse, I might have a panic attack, which it almost happened once. I almost had a panic attack. I was just in class, and this guy kept calling me sweetie. I probably already said this. I don't know how many times I've told this story, but he just kept calling me sweetie and then honey, and I was just... You think I don't know that, Maria? Anyways. Hi, Panzer. Maria, get out!
Sorry. But your phone was charged. Where the charge is from?
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of friends, but most of them I don't even get to see because we're all in different classes. And then there's all these new people, and just whenever someone new is talking to me and they're trying to have a conversation with me, I have no idea what to say because I am way too nervous. I'd like to play with my cat, but he's all the way outside. I wish I could just bring him in here. I'm not gonna start crying. I'm not gonna start crying. I'm not gonna start crying. I promised I wouldn't. I'm not gonna start crying. Please don't sing her last words, Maria. Just. I relate to it way too much to the point where I end up crying. Therapy is something given. Yes, you are, Maria. Yes, you are. You are depressed. You got all the symptoms for it. Well, most of them. I want to say I'm depressed on some kids. know there, other me. Oh my gosh, Papyrus is so in. I'm glad to meet you. I am the great Papyrus, though I'm sure you already know that. Thank you very much for getting my friend back home safely. Yay! I need to talk to Gwen more often. Yes, I'm reading a fan fiction. Hi, Blizzard. I really need to talk to Gwen, but I am too scared. And also, I don't want to bother her. Things okay in the end. If it's not, then it's not the end.
Una vez, ¿para qué movilizarme? Bueno, para comprar una vez más o menos, pues, para que de esas que no anden ahí fallando, que no hay dudas que hay que cargar, o algo más o menos, pues. Pues por eso, yo sé, por eso me apuré, dije, no, pues hay que comprar eso. Como que Israel se anda animando, Sí. En eso, sí, no, yo pienso hacer pienso hacer unos dos cuartos, un baño, un comedor y no, dos baños. Sí. Sí. A un lado estado cerquita, ¿verdad? Oh, sí.
Kitty is her real name.
¿Cómo? No, no es con título. Sí, es con escrituras allí. Sí, no. ¿A poco no? ¿A poco no pagan ahí? Oye,
I'm not
papá,
gonna cry, I'm not gonna cry, I'm not gonna cry, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not crying. I'm not crying.
Sí.
Because it is her real name, at least in my perspective.
No. Está bien. Sí, a ver qué pasa, no, hombre. Ahí poco a poco ya dimos el primer paso. Ya cuando vaya yo a poner todo en orden, como ya con las escrituras, pues al nombre de quién va a estar y todas esas cosas. Digo, para hacer las escrituras, pues. Sí. Oye, que Toño se vino para el norte, ¿o qué estaba diciendo Toñillo? Toño, el hijo de mi cama. ¿Dónde anda? ¿Con quién? ¿Dónde? ¿Qué parte es? A $25 la hora, ¿en qué? No les creas, $25 la hora, no es cierto. No es cierto que $25 la hora, no es cierto. No, carnal, no, tan mensos, están exagerando. ¿Cuál es $25 la hora? Como si fuera un contratista, un contratista sí los gana y eso, pero él, pues, ¿de qué? No, sin saber nada, no sabe, no, yo no creo, no es cierto, no. $25 la hora, no. No, la verdad que no les creo.
No, this thing won't discharge on my watch. No.
No, eso dicen ellos, no sé, no, ¿cuál es $25? No, nadie los gana 25 acá, ni los que tienen muchos años trabajando. En cualquier profesión, de papel, ustedes ganan $25 la hora, tienen un límite que se van a pagar. Si los que tienen muchos años trabajando en construcción ganan a 25, si acaso ganan a 20, algo así, pero ya tienen muchos años. No, puras mentiras. No, eso no es cierto para nada, te lo aseguro que eso no es cierto. De lo con construcción que sea, de lo que sea, nada, no les pagan. Por más que sea la construcción y de la madera, nada, ni ladrillo, ni nada. Eso es nada, eso no pagan a $25 la hora, así entrando, pagando regados. Pero no. Si acaso, por más que te paguen unos $12 la hora.
I really want to talk to Gwen, but I don't want to bother her.
A mí que me digan, hey, yo estoy acá. Y, pues, pero bueno,
Dang, this thing's at 2%.
¿Más de qué? 2000. No, de todos modos, de todos modos, de todos modos, así, no, 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 no. Pues será cortando árboles, ¿no? Porque en eso sí trabajan mucho, desde tempranos a la noche. A mí me pagaban, según, yo esto me daban mil por semana, pero todos los días, hasta las 11 de la noche, a las 4 de la mañana, vamos a tener la hora bien barato, se explotan. Si es que fuera así, pero no les veo. Y todos los días hasta el domingo. No, yo no lo creo, eso, no lo creo. ¿Y de qué parte está? ¿De qué parte está? Ah, para allá está California. No.
I really wanna talk to Gwen, but I'm too scared. Okay, let me just. There we go. You so fucking precious when you smile. Hit it from the back and drive you wild. Girl, I lose myself up in those eyes. I just had to let you know you're mine.
hermosa?
Ando en vivo. Ando en vivo y no sé cuándo.
¿Qué andas haciendo?
Ando en vivo.
Ok. Prende el aire, mira que estamos calentito.
Ok. Take my pills and I'm happy all the time. I'm happy all the time. I'm happy all the time. Love my girl, but she ain't worth the price. She ain't worth the price. No, she ain't worth the price. Now, I would probably just chug all these pills down if, but I'm not gonna. Why? Because I don't want Gwen to be sad. I don't want my parents to be sad. I don't want my subscribers to be sad. I don't want my sister to be sad. I don't want my school to be sad. Actually, no, I don't think my school would care. I don't want my friends to be sad. I'm not sure about my teachers. I don't know if any teachers, like, genuinely care about me. I mean, I'm a teacher's pet, but maybe it's just my self-esteem that's lower than hell. I don't think there's anyone else here. Four? Where's the fourth person? Four? There's four. What? Did they mean three? Cause there is me, there is Ed, Red. His name is Red in this, not Ed. But wait, wasn't Papyrus's name in this boss? Wasn't that his nickname, not Edge? What is this? Is anyone here? Hello? Oh, I don't think anyone's here. I don't want to watch my own live stream. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be just fine. It's gonna be a good, good life. I'm a mess, I'm a loser, I'm a hater, I'm a user, I'm a mess. For your love, it ain't new. I'm obsessed, I'm embarrassed, I don't trust no one around us. I'm a mess. For your love, it ain't new. Everything's gonna be alright, alright. Everything's gonna be just fine, just fine. I'm a mess, I'm a loser, I'm a hater, I'm a user, I'm a mess. For your love, it ain't new. I'm obsessed, I'm embarrassed, I don't trust no one around us. I'm a mess. For your love, it ain't new. Nobody's here because nobody likes me reading fan fictions. If no one's here, then that means I get to cry, right? No. You know what? You know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna ask everyone, please join the live stream. I am lonely and extremely sad. TMT. But I don't want to disrupt anyone, especially not Gwen. Gwen, I love you. I don't want to interrupt whatever you're doing. At the same time, I want to talk with you, but at the same time, I don't want to interrupt you, and I also don't want my parents to get mad. Hi. I don't want my parents to get mad at me for for calling you, because they say that I talk to you every single day, which is not even true. Like 20 seconds after I call you, Gwen, my mom will ask me, what are you doing? And then I'll say calling, she'll say stop. And I'm like, woman, I just started calling her, Jesus Christ! Anyways. So I just had to let that out of my system. I am very well aware, but whatever. See, everything in this universe is soft, fluffy, weak, nicer. Fluffy how? Oh, what's this? I really want to talk to Gwen, Vanessa. Don't want to interrupt her. She's probably having fun playing whatever she's playing. And I really want to play Cuphead. I don't think I want to go to school tomorrow. It's just a half day. I really don't want to go. I don't want to go to school tomorrow. Please don't make me go to school tomorrow. Look at my face right now and tell me, does this face look like it wants to go to school tomorrow? No, I don't want to go to school tomorrow. Sorry. I'm sorry I showed you my horrifying face. I'm just... Sorry, I had to do that. Okay, this is gonna get confusing. There's an Asgore from Underfell and Asgore from Undertale. There's also a Sans and Papyrus from Underfell, but there's also Sans and Papyrus from... Let's write it tomorrow. And the only reason I'm excited when I'm having Mama Bucks and early dismissal. I know it's early dismissal. We have half day and then there's parent-teacher conferences, but I don't want to go to school. I'd rather just stay in here where I can just be next to the toilet all day. Because reasons. Because reasons. No one wants to go to school. The only good thing about school is friends, but if you have any at least, the rest sucks. I do have friends. The only thing I like about school is that I get to see my friends, and that's pretty much it. No. Well then, fuck you. Oh, I'm fucking pissed. Let me just do something real quick. Hold on a second. No. Moderation must be as for the Exactly. I'm sorry for cursing. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for cursing. Okay. 5. And if you questions, why did you put me in a timeout? Well, for one, no. Save. What is it? Oh my dear Lord, Pinksy, I don't care! Wait, isn't that... Oh dear Lord. No, Okay, Wait. There we go. All done. I don't have to worry about it. I just unfriended him and deleted that message. And also I closed off of all the messages, so yeah. Anyways, back to reading this freaking fanfiction because I am too scared to just go into Gwen's. Just go to Gwen's. Just go message Gwen on Discord and ask her, hey, can we call? Wait, hold on a second. Ah! What? Thank you, she wasn't talking to me. Oh, I thought she was talking to me. Oh, good thing she wasn't talking to me. I thought she was talking to me, but good thing she wasn't talking to me. I thought she was talking to me. I'm a little too young to read fan fictions. I started reading fan fictions when I was 11 or 12. Now I'm freaking 14. Do I act like a 14-year-old? No, I don't. I have like a senior, I don't know if they're senior or junior, but I'm just gonna assume that they're senior. I have this senior friend that rides my bus, and let's just say she's a bad apple. She does drugs. She snorts glitter and cocaine. Don't ask me what kind of friends I have. I don't do drugs. Like when she heard I was suicidal, she gave me a little pep talk like, suicide is not the option, sweetie. So she's not completely bad, plus she's funny. Although one thing that I find weird and that I'm kind of offended by is that, no, people call her Satan. Now, not only that, they call her Satanic Daddy. Which, really, they should be calling her Satanic Mommy. What? Yes, don't do drugs. Don't do what she did. Don't do drugs. She said, whatever I'm doing, you guys shouldn't do it. Don't do drugs. You just shouldn't do what I'm doing. So she doesn't want people to follow in her footsteps. Like, please, don't. And also, don't try to kill yourself. I've tried to do it multiple times, she said. And it didn't work. So she's tried to kill herself multiple times, but it didn't work. I hate it whenever people joke about killing themselves. That just pays me off and I feel like cursing my head off. Exactly! That's what I'm saying. Shouldn't she be called Satanic Mommy? But I mean, hey, you know what, never mind, I was gonna say something, but then I realized that, no, in case Gwen is watching this, no, I'm not gonna say anything. I wasn't gonna say that, I'm not gonna say it. And she has a friend who also does drugs, and yeah. Oh, Well, wasn't Undyne dead in Underfell? Undyne is dead in Underfell, at least in this story. She's dead! So I swear, if she starts saying, Underfell Undyne, but Undyne is dead! And also, they said that boss, they would call Papyrus and Underfell boss, but they're calling him Edge. Pick a nickname, author! With a heavy sigh, you leaned back against the door that your guest had just left through. That might have been the longest breakfast of your life. Although, it did turn out slightly better than you had expected to. Despite the small areas of the conversation where the monsters began talking over each other, the situation was worked out quite well between the sets of royalty. Did the darker version of Toriel and Asgore still count as royalty in this dimension? You didn't know, and honestly, you could care less about the politics. You were sure that they would work it out, especially now that they had left with the king and queen of this place, as well as the more boisterous pair of Alphys and Undyne. But Undyne is dead! Which left you with an extra pair of skeleton brothers. They had taken meeting their doubles in stride. Well, they took it better than you know. Well, they took it better than you know you would have anyways. You stood back up from against the door and made your way to the dining room. You were met with a silent room as 4 sets of eye sockets looked towards you. Oh, you like what you see, boys? I really gotta go talk to Gwen. I need help. You looked between the newest addition to your housemates and gave them a nod. So, and that was where your sentence ended. Eloquent, as per usual. You gathered your thoughts better and took a breath, starting over. You guys are probably going to be staying a while. When they made no move to answer, you continued. Right, that was a dumb question. The bedrooms are upstairs. You can pick whichever ones you want. You looked to the 2 bros. Sans and Paps got first dibs on the rooms though, so choose ones that aren't taken. You began to move into the kitchen to begin cleaning the dishes that had piled up from your breakfast. You turned the water on to the mildly scalding temperature it was usually at before letting your mind wander. Were the monsters from the Darker universe the them that the creepy dream Frisk was talking about? You didn't really feel like you saved anyone. Anybody. Were there more universes that they wanted you to get involved in? You honestly could hope that there weren't. You don't think that you can take another failure like the one that happened before. But maybe there was a way to bring the universes back? You scoffed. Even if there was a way, what could you possibly do? You weren't some all-powerful deity that could just manipulate time and space with the snap of your fingers. You hadn't asked for any of this, so why you? Why were you... Okay. Why were you the one that had to deal with all this? It wasn't fair to you or any of the bar monsters that you had failed to save. Miss Brenda, would you jumped slightly at Papyrus's voice, but quickly recovered. You turned to see him looking at you worriedly. He reached out a glove and gently wiped at your cheek. Shit. You hadn't even noticed that you had been crying. I am sorry. Once I go to church, I shall confess every time that I have cursed here. Are you alright? You let out a humorous laugh. Yeah, Paps. I'll be fine. He gave you a disbelieving look. Really,
I promise. He shook his head and pulled you into a hug. You are obviously nuts. I will not make you talk about it if you do not want to, but know that I am always here to listen if you ever need me.
You wrapped your arms around his rib cage. Somehow, he always managed to bring your mood up. I know, Papyrus. Thank you. You really are the coolest.
He broke from your hug and took a step back from you. He placed a hand over the center of his chest and the other rested on his hip. Hip bone? You didn't know. You didn't start to be that kind of doctor. Is anyone gonna talk? Oh, I know, because I'm reading a fan fiction. Why would they talk? None of them are interested. Well, of course I am, but thank you for saying so, human. You smiled up at him. So what did you need anyways? He dropped his pose and gave you a big grin. Well, me and Sans noticed the video game consoles next to your television, and I was wondering if we could play them.
You cocked your head at him. Of course, you silly. You don't need to ask for something like that.
His expression fell slightly as he looked away from you. What I'm trying to say, we didn't ever really get to play video games in the underground.
Your eyes widened slightly in realization. You wouldn't mind playing with the brothers. It would take your mind off of things anyways. Oh, well, I would love to show you some of my favorite games if you want. Like Undertale, and Bendy and the Ink Machine, and Cuphead. Speaking of, I think I might live stream Cuphead after this. Or maybe I'll just play it by myself. Like, I don't want to live stream 2 times in a row. His grin quickly returned, and he nodded quickly. You moved into the living room, Papyrus close on your heels. You stopped at the shelf next to your entertainment center and sat in front of it. Any preferences? He laid down and began scanning all the titles on the shelves. He stood like that for a few more seconds before you turned your attention back to the shelf. Your eyes found one of the more colorful cases and you pulled it out. How about a multiplayer game? That way we can both play and other people can join if they want. He looked over your choice and nodded in approval. Alright, Mario! I knew it! It was freaking Mario Kart! I knew it was Mario Kart! Alright, Mario Kart it was then! You figured You figured that one was one that Papyrus would enjoy. And there was not really any violence that would earn you glares from Sand. You quickly dropped the game in and handed Papyrus a controller. After a short rundown of the controllers, who is this? Not now, Kylian, I love you, but not now. After a short rundown of the controls, you began a race. You went easy on the poor guy, but made sure to still give him a challenge. He did surprisingly well on his first time playing. You told him so, to which he responded with a hearty yeah of accomplishment. You moved to start a new round, but felt a presence hovering over your shoulder. You looked up to see Sans leaning over the couch. Hold on a second, I'm gonna get my snazzy plush. Oops, I think I got too much gum. Sniff! I got some gum, but I think I got too much of it. It's like this little gum that rolls up and you like can take it out. Okay. Right.
You look up to see Sans leaning over the couch. He was looking down at you and his brother with a lazy smile. Fry seemed to notice him as well. He patted the spot between you two, and Sans happily sat down. You silently handed him another controller. He took it. Eye sockets now focus on the screen. You start the next round sticking to the same method. Only to get your ass handed to you. Oh no, this would not fly. You narrowed your eyes at Sans, who was giving you a smug grin. You look like you just saw the dead kid. You huffed and sat up straighter. Alright, so that's how it is. I hope you're prepared to lose, Bone Man. He raised a non-existent eyebrow. He raised a non-existent brow at you, at your claim before looking back at the screen. I can't read now that gum is in my mouth. Frick! Let's go over at Papyrus. Sure, Pap, but I'm not going easy this time. He gave you a nod. You started the next round. It was neck and neck. Much to your surprise, Sans had been giving you quite a run for your money, but you were still pulling ahead. That is, until you noticed Sans' smirk grow from the corner of your eye. What was he up to? Then you heard a familiar beeping noise. You didn't. You almost screamed out in frustration when the blue shell impacted you, letting Sans take a lead. Oh my gosh, it's the blue shell! The blue shell, the one that goes up to the one in first place. Oh my gosh. Sans, you dirty little... Oh my gosh. I freaking love you! Just kidding, I don't really love you much. One round ended, with you in second, much to your annoyance. You stood up and faced Sans. You held out a hand to him. I acknowledge that you beat me in Mario Kart, but know that I'll find a game that will demolish you. He chuckled and took your hand. Good luck, kid. You'll need it. You narrowed your eyes at him. A challenge had been posed, and you will not step down. Sorry to interrupt. Red stood behind the couch, Edge behind him with his arms crossed. Whatever it is you're doing. You looked down to your hand that was still tightly gripping his hand. You dropped it to your side and held out a controller to Red. You're not interrupting. Do you guys want to play? Red hesitantly took the controller from you, but Edge scowled. Why would I waste my time on something so stupid? You frowned. Papyrus shifted to face him. That's not very nice. You gently put a hand on his shoulder. He looked back at you with a slightly troubled look. Your attention moved back to Edge. Because it's fun? If you don't want to play, you don't have to. I just thought I'd offer. He scoffed and made no move to take your remote that you were holding. You noted that he made no move to leave either. You shrugged and turned back to the others. Red was on the side of the couch unsurely. You looked the couch over. That was definitely enough room for him to fit. But maybe he could have been comfortable with sitting that close to you. You decided not to take offense to that and slid down to the floor. What are you doing, doll? You scooted forward and gestured to the couch behind you. You looked uncomfortable. It's not a big deal. His cheekbones tinted red slightly. Oh my god. Here. That's not why never mind. Thanks, doll. Hey, God, he keeps calling me doll. If I had $1 for every single AU Sans that I liked, I'd be able to get another Sans plush. Or even better. I'd be able to get a Bendy and a Cuphead plush. That would be amazing. Then I can get a Papyrus plush, a Boris plush, and a Mugman plush. That would make my life come true. That would make my life complete. And make my dreams come true. Dreams do come true. I was deceived by Joey Drew, and now I'm coming after you. You saw before starting up another race. If one Sans was hard to beat, well, let's just say you were in for a bad time. You were in for a bad time. You get it? You were in for a bad time because you're going after two Sanses, and Sansa's funny. By the time your little ragtag group had put down your controllers, it was past lunchtime. You grumbled at your obvious defeat by the end, but you wouldn't let that stop you. There were more games than just Mario Kart. You chuckled slightly at yourself before getting up and wandering towards the kitchen. You pulled open the fridge and leaned into it, scanning the shelves for anything to interest you. When you didn't find anything, you frowned and turned back around. Your breath hitched as you noticed the skeleton behind you. Apparently, he was not concerned about being in his personal face. Being in his space. I'm sorry. Apparently, he was not concerned about you being in his space because Red was too much close to you. Hi, how can I help you? He took a step back. What are you doing? You scrunched your face slightly. Getting food? Do you want something? He shook his head in what seemed to like irritation. Look, I appreciate that you're trying to help, but what are you doing with all this? Why are we here? You sighed and felt your posture fall. I can't answer that yet. You looked away from him. Do you want to go back? To your surprise, he let out a chuckle. Back? In case you hadn't noticed, doll, our universe was kind of fucked before you even got there. I should be thanking you for getting me and my bro out of there. You shook your head and moved past him. He grabbed your wrist before you got too far. Look, me and Pat both know that you did your best back there. He let out a breathy chuckle. Thanks for trying to make me feel better, I guess. You trailed off. You didn't want anyone to worry about you. You threw him a smile and gave him a wink. But I think you missed an opportunity to say that your universe was boned. Oh my dear Lord! He saw his sockets widen in surprise before he let out a laugh, letting go of your arm in the process. You gave him a nod and walked away before the conversation could continue. Before anyone else could catch you, you made your way to your room. You needed a bit of time to process the last few days. Then, maybe you'd be ready to tackle whatever life could throw at you. With that bit of positivity, you nodded to yourself and jumped onto your bed. You're gonna go to sleep that early, woman? Jesus Christ! As you opened your eyes, you realized two things. The first was that you felt like you hadn't slept at all the night before. The second was that you were in a place much too bright to be your room. You blinked once. Twice. You didn't want to be here. Why were you here again? You could feel your breath begin to speed up as you could swear that your heart rate skyrocketed. Hello again. Sorry to bring you back to the anti-void, but it's really the only place I can't talk to you right now. It's the only place I can talk to you right now. You quickly spun around to face the void. The voice. The monochrome version of Frisk was staring up at you, or at least you assumed they were. It was hard to tell with the whole no eyes thing. You let out a shaky breath as you felt yourself back fall. You let out a shaky breath and felt yourself fall back onto your rear. Your hands found themselves pulling on your hair slightly. You knew what this was. How could you not? It was a panic attack and it was hitting you hard. Through your panic, you felt a small hand on your shoulder. I can't be here. I can't do this. You were having trouble making your voice reach any volume above a whisper. I'm sorry, but it's not over. A small sob escaped your lips between your labored breathing. What's not over? I don't even understand what's happening. It's not fair. You felt the hand leave your shoulder. Your eyes moved from the dark light at your feet to the children in front of you. To the child! To the child in front of you! I am aware that you don't know what's going on. Neither of us can change what is happening. Even if I could, I don't think I would give this task to anyone else. You were chosen to have that watch for a reason. I could feel the tears. Wait. Could feel you could feel the tears run down your cheeks as you gave them a hopeless look. Why me? I didn't ask for this. I don't want it. You mumbled the last sentence to yourself a few more times. You then turned to the child with a stern look. This needs to go to someone else. I can't. Why not? You saw what happened the last time. I tried to save everyone. They died. And now you're probably going to ask me to do it again. You're condemning people to die because I'm not good enough to save them. They flinched back as you raised your voice, giving you a gentle smile. I know you can do it. You'll figure it out eventually. You just need to have hope. Your voice came out in a small whisper. How long is eventually? How many poor people will have to... You sighed and finally calming your breath. If you don't try to save them, then who will? You pulled yourself into a pseudo-hug and looked away from the kid. I want to wake up now. But please, they sighed sadly, but you could feel your conscience fade from the strange whiteness of the anti-void. Okay. The blankets were shoved off to the side of your bed, almost immediately stuck. You rubbed your eyes to find them, unsurprisingly, very wet. With a heavy sigh, With a heavy sigh, you moved to your bathroom and your eyes met those of your reflection. They had the color and puffiness of those that had been crying for a solid amount of time. You turned the cold water on and splashed a few handfuls of it onto your face. You patted your face down with a towel before heading. Oh, it's okay. It's not like I was completely lonely. You wouldn't be falling asleep soon. The house was dark and quiet. Not that you expected any differently. You flicked on the light of the kitchen. A quick glance at the clock confirmed your suspicions. It was only 2 in the morning, or late night, or it was only 2 in the morning, or late night cocoa time. You knew for a fact that Papyrus didn't wake up around 5 or 6. And since, well, you usually didn't see him until noon. Here are your doubts that he actually did much sleeping at night, though. You figured that their counterparts wouldn't have schedules that differed that much. You poured the hot chocolate into a mug and began making your way back up to the roof. You made sure to pull your softest blanket off of your bed as you passed it. You pulled yourself up the ladder and still as your eyes met a familiar figure sitting in your spot. He seemed to have noticed you about the same time because he stiffened up and turned around to face you. Sorry, I can leave if you want. Despite the frown you hadn't been able to shake, you shook your head at him. You were here first. It would be a jerk move to kick you off the roof. You walked up beside him and took a seat. Besides, I told you you could be up here whenever you'd like. He nodded at you and looked back up at the sky. You followed in suit and the roof fell into a still silence. You took a deep breath, the cold air creating a pleasant burn. The sky was a little cloudy, but it was still just as breathtaking as always. In fact, the small wisps threw sparkling streaks of silver over the stars, making the sky look even more magical. At this point, you had nearly finished your drink, and what was left was beginning to get cold. It was then that Sans decided to speak again. His voice, although coming out in a whisper, was still a loud contrast to the night air. Do you have any siblings? Oh, I do! I have one! but you don't speak of her. Not Maria. I mean, you can talk about Maria all we want, but the other one, we don't talk about her. If you had felt any amount of relaxation at the point, it was gone almost immediately. That question came out of nowhere. Why do you want to know? He tore his gaze from the sky and met yours. Humor me? You looked away and fiddled with your cup for a few seconds. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. You made a humming noise to acknowledge you. There's a story behind that, isn't there? He gave you an expectant look. You shook your head. Your reply came out quiet and almost pleading. Look, after the night I've had, I'd rather not talk about my sister or any past for that matter. Could you just drop it for now? He put his hand up in surrender.
Yeah. Después, okay? Okay.
Sure, sorry for prying. You gave him a sad smile and looked back up at the sky. Sister, sister, sister. No. No! The two of you fell back into silence. You stayed that way until you were certain that you could hear voices in the house below you. The sky was beginning to turn a fiery red. Neither of you made any move to leave, at least not until you heard the unmistakable sound of your names being called by the excitable skeleton in the house. You sighed and stood up, lurching forward slightly when you felt an unmistakable pins and needles feeling in your foot. You gasped and filled your foot around. But what are you doing? My foot fell asleep. What? I fell asleep. And to wake it up, which is what I'm guessing you're doing, you have to wiggle it? Why? You could hear a bit of humor lacing his tone towards the end. It's uncomfortable. I need to get the circulation back to my foot. He chuckled and you playfully glared at him. Don't laugh at my misfortune. He chuckled again and you put your foot back down. Circulation, huh? So it's a blood thing. Humans are weird. Yes, we are.
No.
Anyways, I think I should just stop this right here. Okay, bye.